Hello to my Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius. We had some fun doing your birthday, Sagittarius. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. We are now in Capricorn season. So if you have Capricorn anywhere in your birth chart, even if you're on the cusp of Capricorn, you can participate in the Capricorn birthday giveaways. I haven't announced any giveaways yet, but stay tuned. You don't have to be on the cusp of Capricorn. You can just look at your birth chart and find out if you have Capricorn in your birth chart to participate, right? So just FYI, just in case, So, but I have talked to a lot of people during your birthday season, so hopefully you all are still celebrating yourselves every single day. Sagittarius, I really had a good time talking to you all and meeting you all by phone. So hopefully you all still celebrating yourselves. All right, let's get into it. Happy last quarter moon. Last quarter moon is about introspection, really just taking some inventory. What did you learn about yourselves during this year of 8? 8 is a karmic number. It's also the money exchange number. We know money is energy, right? It's not just paper and coins, it's energy. Were you able to stay focused, this year? Were you able to, invest in yourselves, like invest in your knowledge? Like really, how were you able to invest in staying focused in your vision for your life, right? It's a karmic number, so you come across some energies who are on the dark side of 8. Those are energies who have succumbed to passive and powerless behavior, and also energies who are egotistical, materialistic, and forceful, right? We're not talking about buying a couple of nice things. We're talking about do anything for money. We're talking about those energies, right? We're not talking about people who work hard, earn their money, that whatever. We're talking about legitimate money, right? So source is saying you're trying to break karmic cycles, and you're trying not to. The fact that the Tower card is retrograde reminds everybody that we are not each other's gods. So if you are confused about whether you are still attached to somebody else's karma, this is still time for you to ask source to give you some clarity. This cycle is still open until the 29th, and then we move into the new cycle on the 30th. We still ask, this is still purging. Purge. This is a year of purge, right? Year of purge. Like I said before, I said in the year of 7 last year, I said 2024 is the year of purge. And you see a lot of stuff on social media where the world kind of has it backwards. They're too busy exposing everybody else's stuff when really it's supposed to be sources exposing what's unhealthy and wounded within, giving you a chance to purge those things within yourself. But so many people are trying to expose and hurt people on the outside and expose people, but they don't realize their obsession with exposing other people. You see how it's coming back to them. So you're seeing it right in your face on social media. As soon as one person is, excited about exposing one person, boom, something happens to them. So, source is saying that's where you go within and say, okay, you're trying to purge unhealthy and wounded things within yourself. Then you have Chiron. Chiron goes right to your deepest spiritual wounds. So you do need your time of birth for that. So you want to use these retrogrades to your advantage. Use these retrogrades to your advantage, right? So yeah, and then we have Uranus is retrograde. So that's where you want to take your time to close out these cycles so that you don't go back into feeling like you made foolish decisions about things, because that's the Fool card, right? So you want to slow down. And that looks like you're marching to the beat of your own drum. So sometimes you say, you know what, you need to leave the pack behind and detach and close out your own cycles. So let's get into it, Sagittarius. Let's do it. There we go. You have some ideas. There we go. So Ace of Wands, you're by yourself, right? Putting your past behind you, putting a manhole cover over your past, right? There you go. You got some ideas about some things. So the flame has been lit. That's a good thing. You're motivated to do something, right? You're getting away from some energies that have succumbed to passive and powerless behavior, and you're getting away from energies who are egotistical, materialistic, and forceful fast, right? So somebody may be on a motorcycle or, going somewhere fast. But one thing for certain is that you are not going back into something that has not produced any growth for you. You're not going backwards, right? So you're not going backwards. Something you're saying, okay, I just need to put a manhole cover over something because it's just not producing any growth for me. I've been looking at something going, I had this idea about this idea. It's just not doing anything for me, right? So here's the Hermit card. Yeah, so, yeah. Somebody's in hermit mode. It's not really doing anything for me. What am I doing, right? And just not, let me get away from that. It's not working. Something's not working for me, right? So do you having a tower moment? You're having a tower moment. You're having an awakening. Something is not working for you. Yeah, so you're ending something. Yeah, something is ending. Because it's unhealthy and it's wounding for you because you're having a total recall of something, right? That's not motivational for you. So 8 and ace is 9. So something has ended. That's death, rebirth. It's unhealthy, it's wounding, and you're having a total recall of something, right? One, somebody doesn't like to be tied to drama. You're looking at stuff from a very practical and through an objective lens. That's what you're doing. Something has caused somebody to just kind of sort of get depressed. Like somebody is gonna like looking back through your own life of like, because the cup's energy is water. Water is like when you're separated by your emotions are like physically separated by loved ones as far as water is concerned. It can cause people to be depressed, right? But what people are missing here, the other side of Virgo, this is Virgo right here, which is where the moon is currently in Virgo. The other side of that is Pisces. That's what somebody keeps missing, right? Pisces, when the moon is in Pisces, and Pisces is a water sign, is keeping people in the dark about something. That's what people are missing about something. So somebody has been having some ideas about some stuff. Like somebody's not telling me everything. It's like somebody's so busy keeping everybody confused. They familiar with this, they familiar with that, they familiar with this and that, but they're not telling everybody everything. I'm confused. Like something is not adding up here. Bingo. Something's not adding up. Everybody's so busy jumping to conclusions, right, about to end something, about to hop on a plane. Everybody got an idea about to race and rush somewhere. You got an idea. You got an idea. All right. I'm reading the cards upright and in reverse here. Somebody has been lamenting over a death, because I'm looking at the death card. And people jump to some conclusions about some things, right? But reading the cards upright and in reverse, when people move on from things, and people have a lot of ideas, they jump to some conclusions about things. You gotta look at it a lot of different ways here, because it seems like people are not necessarily motivated to, people are motivated to jump to conclusions. But what I don't see in the minor arcana, which are minor secrets and major secrets, here there's a major arcana, is talking. I don't see talking. This is receiving mode, this is receiving mode, right? This is Mars. Mars is the fighting planet. It's the fighting, it's the action, it's assertion. But it's also prayer warrior planet. So you're taking some kind of action like prayer. So somebody's like taking some kind of action, right? Taking some kind of action. So you're taking some kind of action and assertion, right? It's also the capacity for action. It's the anger. It's the sexual drive planet. It's the courage and daring planet. It's the competition planet. It's the survival planet. It's the strength planet. It's the conflict planet. It's the the if I didn't say survival planet, oh, that's Mars, right? Think about the movie Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was trying to get to Mars, and they kept trying to get him to Saturn, right? They kept saying, "Oh, no, no, you should try this trip," and he kept having that dream, and he kept having all these Total Recall, like he was having a dream. Cause why did I keep dreaming about this brunette? And then he had the wife. What's the actress name? The blonde hair. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm gonna look up the name of the movie. It's gonna come to me. 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 Y'all give me 1 second. Yeah, Sharon Stone. You know, Sharon Stone. Yeah, yeah, Sharon Stone. Yeah, so Sharon Stone, who is a Pisces, right? So it's a lot of clues and a lot of things, right? So there's a lot of secrets, there's major secrets, minor secrets. So minor secrets are here, minor, major, and this is water right here. So so there's a Pisces that is not telling people something. They're mirroring something, like holding on to something, some kind of rage or anger or frustration, some kind of fire, and they're hiding something. So let me see what else is going on here. And this person has this laptop open. People are like, this Virgo has this laptop open, and Virgos are very analytical. They're very analytical. They like looking at stuff through a fine-tooth comb. Here, like just like looking at something like for a fine-tooth comb, looking through something, right? Water is reflective. So somebody is copying somebody. Like somebody is like projecting some kind of fire onto somebody, like they're just like projecting some kind of anger or rage or bullying or something onto somebody. Who are they doing this to? An earth sign. Like not so an earth sign would be a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, right? While they're in hermit mode. So somebody is projecting some kind of rage or anger or something about money. So it's like almost like, okay, somebody is like they want to be financially independent too. So there's somebody's like, okay, I want to mirror financial independence in hermit mode. So somebody is like, this kind of reminds me of like I want to copy somebody's life. I want to take somebody's life. This is the death card. I want to take somebody's life, right? I want to mirror water. I want to mirror somebody's life. That's what this is. I want to mirror somebody's life by any means necessary. So the first thing somebody needs to really do is, if they're on a laptop and they're mirroring somebody's life, is see how people compete, right? This is and people do this kind of stuff on social media all the time. Like write negative reviews on people's stuff on social media all the time to lessen their views and visits as a way of competing. They like get people together to lower people's views and visits to raise their views and visits. But then you also got to see that's just a way of like almost like defaming somebody's character, doing something like that, or copying copying their whole flow, like the movie Single White Female or Single Black Female, or like I don't think they have a movie called Single White or Black Male, but it's like that same. They call familiar and mirroring spirits, right? So somebody is basically like, I gotta purge this energy and copy basically that whole flow. But somebody is flying, somebody has some kind of idea. We want to get to somebody. We got to get to somebody two energies got to get to somebody where they feel like they have their head hung low, they're depressed, they're sad, they have some kind of idea somebody is sad. They have this and the thinking, okay, this person, they have some kind of like thinking, okay, this person is so depressed, they're so sad. Oh, but the intentions are not pure. The intentions are not sincere about something. And they're going to use somebody. See this snow right here? This snow right here. This is cold. Actually, this full moon that we have is a cold moon, but it's also called an oak moon, right? But what it symbolizes is strength, wisdom, longevity, peace, calm, a rebirth. So there's a death / rebirth. This is rebirth, right? It also symbolizes serenity. It also symbolizes courage, wisdom, and also courage and wisdom, right? So somebody is wise. Okay. Yeah, so I had to make a little bit more room. Somebody is wise enough to know that there is somebody behind this pick-me spirit. This is an energy right here, unfortunately, that doesn't know their worth and they don't know their value, right? Unfortunately, right? So if this energy number 9, meaning that their door is closed, like there's an end, like this is where the buck stops. This is the end of something. This is where you cannot come in. The number 5 is like the midpoint. But this right here has a pattern of behavior. So this is a pattern of behavior of being cold. Like basically like, okay, this person has a pattern of behavior of only like showing up when they want something. So if that's a pattern of behavior, that's a midpoint. 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, right? 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. So if a person says they have a pattern of behavior and they're saying, okay, well, this person has a pattern of behavior, they're behind closed doors, they're probably sad, oh, let's go fly to. But the person already knows, hey, look, if somebody's been watching something online, if somebody already has something online, let's say somebody has something online, somebody's already mirroring it, something online, they already know that's a lie. That's the fire, right? Right? So people have a lot of different ways of doing things. So it would be equivalent to, like, for instance, familiar spirits, and this is how they can be dangerous. And this is kind of one of the ways that I help people, like on my channel, by telling people, familiar spirits, they don't really know you. They're talking to somebody else, because they'll say stuff like, oh, you don't sound the same. What does the same sound like? If there's somebody who doesn't know you. You sound different. You sound so somber. You sound so sad. You could be a channeler. You could be channeling their energy for all they know. You don't know. They don't know you, right? So, or you seem different. What does that mean? What does that even mean? They don't know you. They're familiar spirit, right? So, just like you don't know this energy, you see a pattern of behavior that you have said, okay, I'm just familiar with you, but I've seen something in you that's so cold-hearted. That's not something that I want to open my portal to. I don't want that in my house. So no. That's why you're putting a manhole cover over the past. So somebody you saw that wants access to you, something you saw that wants access to you, lied to you about something, this is what you have in common with somebody, wants access to you, who has been watching you on social media, some of you all, or if you're on social media, right, jump to some conclusions about some things, or believe something that somebody told them, because that would be the Pisces part on the other side of this, believe something that people told them, they jump to conclusions, sources saying, but now they want access to your life, after they gave you the cold shoulder, sources saying, yeah, your wishes are being fulfilled. So no, they're not familiar with the good news that's going on in your life. Because if they were familiar with the good news that's going on in your life, or they really knew you, they would probably call you first, right? But if they can't reach you, then that would be an indicator that you just don't talk to them anymore. Wouldn't that make sense, right? If they can't reach you, then you don't talk to them anymore. You really shut down everything. There's a death card. Yeah. If they can't reach you, that speaks in volume. If two people cannot reach you, if you haven't talked to two people, that speaks in volume. They jump to some conclusions about a death, right? They jump to conclusions about a lot of things. So keep jumping, grip it, keep jumping like a leapfrog. Keep jumping. As far as you're concerned, So you're motivated. You have a lot of great ideas about positivity that does not involve. So that's how you're something is brand new. That's how you're breaking a karmic cycle. You have no intentions or staying connected to people who have succumbed to passive and powerless behavior, or they're egotistical, materialistic, and forceful, and they're on a frequency of jumping to the worst possible conclusions about you in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And they're like that with people that they say they have an emotional attachment to, and people that they love, because they don't know what's going on behind closed doors. And they just use people for personal gain, for what they can get from them, what's of value to them. And they're cold to them. You're like, no. Nope. So, yeah. Source is saying to you, you're some kind of possibly a fight broke out somewhere. Possibly on a beach or something. Something like really aggressive happened between two energies. A bait and a switch. And again, you want nothing to do with any of it. Two energies of fight broke out between two people. You know, somebody was baited into something, and then a full-on fight broke out with some energies. Looks like, who knows? You, as far as you're concerned, you want nothing to do with it. Your door's closed. You got enough. If you got as much information as you need, you don't want to know. You don't have nothing to do with whatever. Yeah, nothing to talk about. Nothing to talk about. There's three energies, like I said before, from your past that you left behind, and this is what you have in common with somebody. There's three energies from your past that you left behind that they believe anything they hear about people, and it's usually the worst thing that they hear about people. These would be the kind of people, Sagittarius, unfortunately, that if they haven't seen you in a week, and the last thing they heard about you, let's just say a month, they haven't seen you in a month, and the last thing you told them or they are familiar with would be you stubbed your toe on the side of the bed and your toe was hurting, but they see you and you're walking just fine. You look great. You're in great spirits. First thing they would do, and it will, let's say that wasn't true. Let's say it was something traumatic or whatever. They would go right to the traumatic situation, whatever it was. They just thrive on that kind of thing. They're motivated by reliving trauma. They just motivated by that kind of stuff. So Source is saying to you, you're getting away from those energies, and I do see you being victorious at that. And they ride people literally like Seabiscuit. Literally, they hover over people. They just keep riding people, because it's their way or the highway. They just stay on people. They just don't let something go. They just go and go and go and go and go, until a person just breaks, until a person just has a nervous breakdown, unfortunately, or just leaves them, or just completely cuts them off. People just handle it differently, right? And so here we have the Wheel of the Year. So something about you figured something out this year, and just different ways of death. Like some people just get on their horse and they just leave them behind. Some people just leave them behind. Yeah. Here's a Ten of Swords here. Some people are so depressed behind closed doors, they just almost like they bleed, like this person right here. And people just stand around, just letting them, they just take it, just, behind closed doors, just can't just... There's a Pisces, there's a Taurus, there's an Aries involved, Capricorn, Scorpio. So you and somebody will be taking a flight, possibly somewhere. Something is being sped up, right? Here's the Eight of Cups. It's like somebody's going to go to sleep one night and just wake up and say, you know what, you're just moving on. Like you're moving on from some past, your own past disappointments, and breaking some kind of a karmic cycle of just like jumping to conclusions, believing the first thing you hear about stuff. Like somebody's really getting ready to start saying, I need to go into... As soon as I'm having a tower moment, like some total recall of some stuff, that's my indication. I need to start going into prayer to source for clarity. I need to stop talking to a bunch of people, getting familiar with this and familiar with, because they have their own motives. I need to go to source, and I need to start getting some answers from source. Because talking to all these familiar spirits did not produce a whole lot of growth. See this right here, these little tiny buds didn't produce a whole lot of growth. That's 9 of Wands right there. 9 of Wands. And that was intentional. People kept you all turned around, just no growth whatsoever. None. Because they were just lying. Because they were just keeping secrets. Keeping a bunch of secrets. 2 of Swords. So somebody had on like blindfolds, just blind faith about somebody who was behind the wall, just bleeding out, who really needed help. Everybody had on blindfolds. Here's the King of Swords here. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what else. Let's see. People looking through computers, just talking to a bunch of people, just running around in circles, confused. But something brought somebody to a new level of emotional intelligence. Like, okay, let me just go sit down and just balance this out. We go listen to some water, drink some water, listen to my water sounds, pour into myself. That's your moon sign. Pour into myself and let me get some downloads through dreams. So let me find out the secrets. Let me, instead of me just believing what I hear, that's the I believe sign. Instead of me believing what people are telling me, let me believe what source is downloading to my spirit. Because when you go into prayer mode and you're saying, okay, source, show me in a way that I would understand what I'm seeing. Show me in a way that I would understand. Source will have somebody to tell you out of their mouth what you thought. You'll wake up. I'm telling you'll wake up to an answer and it's sitting right in your face. You're like, oh my God, I read this thing 1,000 times and I saw it. This was sitting right in my face. Like it just jumped off the page. These two energies right here was mirroring compassion towards this one right here, while this one energy was gone and they head down, hung low, but they were mirroring compassion while using this one right here. So your abundance and your prosperity is about to start growing. It's like whether you're a man or woman, it doesn't really matter how you identify. But these two energies right here was using somebody for financial gain in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And source is saying, well, this one was across the body of water somewhere. That's why you see this for the 3 cups are down. They thought, okay, we're going to come up with behind this energy right here, surprise this energy that they've been lying on. This was all this fire here. Who's in survival mode? It's fire. You think about fire, like somebody set a fire. Okay, usually people are not sticking around where fire is, right? It's like, okay, or like a tower coming down. Like usually people are not sticking around where there's a fire, right? So, but something has brought somebody to a new level of compassion and emotional intelligence. Because nobody was talking to this energy right here. People were just lying, saying this person is mentally ill. We got pictures, we got video. Nobody even stopped to think. Maybe somebody was set up. Maybe somebody's by themselves, grieving. And maybe somebody didn't know something. And maybe somebody... The Wheel of the Year. Familiar spirits are dangerous. I can't say that enough. They are dangerous to the core. They dangerous to the core. They always jump to conclusion. They so busybody gossiping about stuff. They next to you. They're your neighbors. You can put a new color of paint on your front door. You can paint your door a new color. They'd be down the street, around a corner, around a block. By the evening, after the paint won't even dry. The news would be spread through your whole neighborhood. That's how dangerous they are. They would have told somebody, oh yeah, they just got a new so and so, such and such. They know everything else. But if somebody robbed your house or broke into your house, they ain't see a thing. Right? So Source is saying it's time for you to start thriving. It's time for you to start thriving by balancing some things out. But you just broke this 8 right here looks like an infinity symbol. You're about to start throwing something into a burning bowl. There is somebody who has Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius as their sun sign, and Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is their moon sign. Something attached to them. You may have to pull their birth chart. You do not need to know their time of birth. Something connected to them. You're tossing it into a burning bowl, and you're breaking some kind of karmic cycle. You're detaching from them altogether. And finally putting a manhole cover over something so the tower can fall. Yeah. So that you can start focusing on knowing your worth and knowing your value. And so you can start enjoying your family can know their worth and their value. Because that's what you have in common with somebody, so that you can start thriving. So a situation where people are not trying to mirror your compassion and have so you won't have your family members behind closed doors, people just standing there watching them just bleed out because they're so depressed they don't even want to get out of the bed. Yeah. On some cards, on that 10 of Pentacles there's on some cards you may have like an elder, like an ancestor on the other side. That's basically saying there's gray area when it comes to legacy wealth. People get money different kind of ways as far as their legacy is concerned. But somebody, wants their, kids, grandkids to feel safe and protected, between them. They don't want their kids, they want to be able to lead their kids, the big pentacle. Like they want to be able to lead their kids something. They don't want their kids to have to get it out of the mud. They don't want to have their kids to have to struggle and do all of that stuff. Or they want to be able to work, and lead their kids something behind. And there's some people, they comfortable with leaving their kids behind closed doors, depressed with swords in their back, and just getting it from a life insurance policy. If I can be just direct, just take out a life insurance policy on them. So that's horrible. Let's call it for what it is. Time to ground yourself. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Somebody's an incubus spirit, which is a demon, and that's not calling a person a demon, but somebody needs help. That's where basic human kindness comes in and prayer comes in. That's not when you go call somebody a demon. That's when you say, okay, we need to gather around and get prayer for somebody and get somebody some help. not demonizing somebody and waiting for somebody. If we don't do better, for real, as a human race, I don't even know what to say. Open your vault door, solar plexus chakra, and yeah, you are protected in love. Somebody has a very bitter ex. There's a whole lot of people got very bitter exes, but it's a shame that people cannot move on and have loved ones around, family members that you think you have an emotion, because this is what that says, have emotional connections with, without them being in survival mode. That's what this is. Somebody has loved ones that you can't even have an emotional, your family can't even have emotional connection with, without your own loved ones putting them in survival mode. Time to do the mirror work. It's time to expand your brand. So it's time to toss some things into a burning bowl. Time to release the burden. Somebody's in a crisis right now. Time to do a heart chakra cleanse. Somebody misses you. Pour into yourself. Yeah. It's you versus you. You versus you. This is not a competition. Don't return their call. Somebody apologizes for hurting you. Yeah. Somebody apologizes for hurting you. So I know y'all are a fire sign, Sagittarius, but like I said before, there could be, like I said, a Pisces, a Scorpio, an Aries, a Virgo. Somebody did something really, really bad, and so I need y'all to go into prayer warrior mode. But like I said before, protect your energy. The moon, I believe, is in Virgo right now, and that's hermit mode. Get your downloads, ask source for clarity, and then it's going to move into Libra. I don't know when you watch this video when it's going to be in, but when it moves into Libra, this is where, again, you're protecting your peace. You're protecting your peace. And make sure you're not prey for the devil, which is a spirit. So usually around the end of the year, like last 2-3 months, the end of the year, because the energy of the enemy just does not want anybody to just close out the cycle. You know how that's why sometimes people will like make New Year's resolutions. They get excited about the new year. You know, people are like, okay, they make like New Year's resolutions. They make promises to themselves for the new year, getting excited, leaving old habits behind, you know, purging this and that. But this is a special year because it's the year of 8, right? So, and the number 8 looks like an infinity symbol. So if somebody's trying to break karmic cycles and break karmic ties, right? So you don't want to be connected to other people's karma, especially when people are not telling you the full story, like when they're intentionally like not telling you something. So it's like, listen, you got to keep digging and digging and digging, and you say, okay, source, just give me the answer. You tell me, right? The way that the enemy can use energies is somehow connecting you to their past hurt, right? You can pray for people, but source, you can pray for energies. We're connecting you to their pride, their anger, their guilt, and their shame. They can do the energy work too. They can, like Chiron goes to the deepest spiritual wounds. They can pull their birth chart. They can find your time of birth. They can go right to Wikipedia. Right at the fingertips. If they're online, copying everything that you're doing or copying everything that somebody else is doing with the purpose of stealing somebody's legacy or stealing somebody's hard work that they put their blood, sweat, and tears in, they can certainly go look up what their Chiron is and go do the shadow work for real. They can do the shadow work. If it's they can go look up their moon sign. I mean, like if you're gonna be on the internet, you right there. It's right at your fingertips. It's right at people's fingertips for free. For free. It's free. What I say? What does this say? Y'all see me shuffling the cards. Divine source, help me know that all of my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. Time to pray, for real. Time to pray. Yeah, time to give rather than a time to take. Virgo. Like I said, this is Virgo right here. Yeah. Somebody wanted your whole life. People out here trying to really take people's life, like literally trying to replace people. Like what? Affirmations for productivity. I focus on projects aligned with my long-term goals. I move away from disturbances. I walk towards focus. I summon my attention to all that is crucial to my success. I take breaks to avoid burnout. I'm grateful for my work. I release tension. I allow my mind to move into a state of flow. A state of flow. So, into a state of flow. Yeah, anybody that stand there and watch somebody be this depressed, so they just don't even want to just. Somebody need to start checking and see, okay, they might take out a life insurance policy on somebody. That's what we really need to be looking at. 15, I am wise. Your love for others is powerful, and you are able to spread your gift of support far and wide. Your curious and social nature brings you in contact with a variety of people, all of who would benefit from your warm, heartfelt words of wisdom. 15. Yeah, 1 and 5 is 6. So somebody has a very nurturing spirit. So I do feel like somebody is a prayer warrior. Every time I see the Tower card, it lets me know that somebody has you have inherited a gift of being a prayer warrior, right? So when I hear people go, oh my God, I'm having a Tower moment, it's like, okay, I know somebody said we'll have to walk through the fire in order to realize that they are a prayer warrior. So that's what I have for you. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully this has been helpful for you. So let's get ready to close out this year. Let's close out this cycle, break these karmic cycles. But yeah, somebody had to find out this year that you are a prayer warrior, right? And so usually with prayer warriors, you need that time of isolation so you can get some clarity for things. And so those answers will come to you a lot faster than you realize. But you have to be the one to initiate okay, everybody, leave me alone, please. Give me some space. I need to get some answers, in the most gentle, respectful way that you can, and just until you get some answers, right? So that is what I have for you. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.